My name's Kendall and this is my partner Des. Our farm is called Edith Organics and we purchased this farm as an organic vegetable and mango farm. So we're new to the Northern Territory. We're actually on the road travelling. We went from station to station, lived in the truck with about 11 horses and 2 kids. We arrived into Katherine and it felt like home.
It's just beautiful country. Good fishing, we can catch barra down the river. I like that outdoorsy lifestyle and it's just great.
Being very new, we've had our kind of trial plots in. We've trialled tomatoes, eggplant, zucchinis, capsicum, garlic, a large variety of herbs, and they all grew really well.
We'll end up doing some hay crops eventually. They'll go in this wet season and we'll be doing silage out of those mostly, and then in the dry we'll irrigate.
Being a smaller scale farm as well, obviously we don't have quantity where the bigger producers obviously do. So we do try to focus on quality. Organics is very, very new to us. It's definitely been a struggle to work out what we can and what we can't use. The organic status, it's been trying, but it's been good.
Back on the tablelands in Queensland, most of the practices I did back there were more leaning towards organic farming. Not that I was chasing the organic status, but trying to get away from the harsh chemicals and the fertilisers and building better soil conditions and for our own health too.
With our trial crops that we did plant last year, looking back now, we did a lot wrong. So we're really excited for after the wet next year to do it again and do it properly. We didn't have the time to prepare the ground prior to planting our trial crops, so we're going to really focus on that next year and monitor the difference and see how that goes. Word of mouth, we've heard that it will be a longer dry. It'll definitely affect when we're going to make preparations to the ground, when we're going to plant our crops, our legumes to, reintroduce nitrogen back into the ground.
The biggest challenge is, I think, find a cost-effective way to get any nutrient for that matter, but probably nitrogen is the hardest thing because like urea, I think it's like 46% nitrogen, and with organic fertiliser, I've not seen one that can even come close to that.
I've picked up the phone and contacted a lot of other local growers and they've been more than happy to help and give us advice or offer to lend us machinery, which is just amazing. He's very old school and I'm very technology driven, I suppose. I'm always looking into different things to utilise. We went into Northern Rural Supplies in town. They had a really simple weather system, installed it myself, and I keep track of the wind speed, the direction of the wind, the temperature. So it's just a really good kind of in-house data system. It'd be a thing that we'd kind of have a look at inputting data for 4 or 5 years to be able to see the trends. So I'm a bit of an IT freak and I like data and I like compiling data and graphs and seeing did the wind impact a large majority of fruit drop, or at what wind speed did we start to lose fruits, to go back and say, all right, well this has impacted us and what can we do as a contingency plan to move forward. So if there has been a large decrease in our yield, we'd look at then putting in a windbreak. To assess the fruit at the minute and determining as to when the best time would be to pick, we've kind of gone off a lot of local knowledge, what to look for, watching the mangoes and, waiting to see those prominent cheeks and the smooth bottom of the mango. So yeah, it's been visual at the minute.
One of the major challenges for farmers, and not just farmers, it's everybody that lives in the NT will tell you exactly the same thing, is freight costs and time delays too. If you want a part, it's not like it's going to get here tomorrow or the next day. It's going to be next week or 2-3 weeks down the track, and it's going to cost you an extra, 100 to 200 in freight. And then getting the produce down to markets is another one. Yeah, if we can find a way around that, that'd be bloody good. We've surrendered to the fact that we're not going to have a higher percentage of premium fruit or vegetables just like a commercial farmer. So we've got some steps in place that we're going to process it and make other products out of it or compost it or something like that. But yeah, I think that's a given with organic farming. I reckon for one, you've got to have a passion for it. If you're money driven, getting into organic farming, it's probably not going to work out. You need to have a real understanding of how it all works. The soil dynamics and pest dynamics and things like that, and building your country to be better.
when we drive around of an afternoon and have a look at the fruit and watching it grow and knowing that, we assisted with that and that the fruit's grown naturally without chemical, that makes me feel good.